What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in and joining us on another episode of Burning Coals Podcast, where we give you nothing but some fire content every single time. So, this is the pre show before the show, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, you guys grab a seat, get your popcorn ready, and let's have a great conversation. And we definitely want to talk to you guys for some interesting topics that we do have for discussion for this afternoon. So, definitely get yourself ready. So I'm just going to hold down the fort until B Dub, Educated Queen, and G Man get on the show. And so we're going to definitely hold the fort down. But I promise you, we're going to definitely make sure that you guys are going to definitely be entertained and learn something today while we have this discussion today. All right. So before I get started, hey, again, I want to apologize to you guys for the show last week. I wasn't able to attend the show last week. I had some issues, I had some things that took care of. I need to take care of my on my end, on my side. So I have to make sure we take care of the family first and things like that. So we definitely did that, and thank God everything worked out. So again, I apologize that I was not able to make the show last week, but I did. I was able to see it, and it was a great show by B Dub, Gentleman Jamal, and Lady EQ. So y'all definitely go and watch that. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys what is up. How's everybody been doing on this particular Tuesday? Yes, indeedy. How'd everybody weekend go? I'm sure everybody had a good, interesting weekend as well. But something magical happened yesterday, and we got to talk about it. We got to discuss it. So, for tonight, the eclipse. All right, they've been building this thing up for a long time. This eclipse. I've been hearing about this eclipse for the whole week, and everybody is being getting themselves excited. I've seen people on social media, they're having like eclipse concert, especially in my hometown. They had eclipse concert, they had eclipse watch party. They had, eclipse sponsor, glasses on that they went and bought. Everybody, had, everybody get themselves situated and prepare for this eclipse that came about. And you know, it was just a big deal. But I want to ask you guys this: where were you guys at? What you guys end up doing when you guys, when you saw the eclipse that transpired? Where were you at? Tell me you guys' experiences, so on and so forth. But I definitely want to know that. But for me, it wasn't a big deal on my end, because you know, it just, yeah, I understand that it's unique. It happens every 20 years or so and things like that, whatever. But I'm a go against the grain kind of guy. I'm gonna go against the grain kind of guy. So if people start making a big deal out of something, me, I'll be like, okay. And everybody welcome Gentleman Jamal to the show. But now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The experience when I saw it, it was a beautiful thing to see, especially when everything went dark right around between what 2 and 2:15 or something like that or whatever. Everything went dark, and then it went dark for about 10-15 minutes or so. And then next thing you know, it goes back to like full blast sunlight. So it was a pretty cool experience to check that out and see it. But I wasn't one of those type of people that was going to invest a whole lot of money and going to no parties and things like that. What I wasn't going to do it. I just wanted to just like, okay, I'll see everybody's experience and reaction on social media. But it wasn't I wasn't gonna make a big deal out of it. But like I said, it was definitely something to experience, to actually see that. You know what? And they say this saying here: the best things in life are free. And you know what? If you really think about it, it definitely is. You get some great experiences from things that's free. Gentleman Jamal, how was your experience with the eclipse, my friend? What you think about it?
Peace, love, and reparations, Black family. Now, my experience with Eclipse, I thought it was awesome. You say once in 20 years. The last time it happened, we weren't even born, Mr. Know It All. It's like in the 70s, early 70s, maybe mid 70s. I don't know. You may not get another one in your lifetime. Maybe one. That's rare. Right? That's rare. Now, so far as I didn't think it would be a big deal. I'm gonna be honest. I was saying, we'll see. until I saw it. I'm like, you know what? That was pretty freaking cool to actually watch and to see it, and then for it to go dark like it did. It was just cool, little. I'm like, man, if it can just stay like this most of the year, I'd be happy with it. And you don't have to spend no money. Like, okay, you get the little pair of free little 3D looking glasses that everybody.
Hold on, where were they selling the glasses at for free? Because where I saw them, man, they were selling them like $8 for $3 or $1.50 for each pair of glasses.
Even at $1.50, that's free. But I'm saying like the schools and jobs were giving them away. So like, by where I stay, it's an elementary school. Not it's quite a distance. I thought it was, and I was outside, and it finally came. You can hear the kids just cheering. I guess they had they had them all outside. It's pretty cool to hear them cheer. But I'm like, schools and a lot of jobs were giving them away. So even if they were at most $1.50, $2 to see it with your eyes, definitely worth it. I'd have paid $5 just to see it the one time.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was pretty cool. And it didn't cost you nothing. Like you said, the best things in life are sometimes free.
It is right. So you didn't.
One more thing. I'm glad that you finally admitted in front of everybody. You just go against the grain sometimes, just to be a contrarian. There's no other reason to say, "Oh, I don't like the Eclipse type talk." It was cool.
Yeah, but I never said I didn't like it. I didn't never say that at all.
I think you do.
Yeah, but it was just like when because okay. And we're gonna talk about this later on or whatever when it comes to like media talk and all that stuff like that or whatever. See, the media would definitely, turn you against a lot of things or whatever. You know what I mean? And because when the media get behind something and back it up, you'd be like, it's the media. The media, they will make you pessimistic to a lot of situations or whatever. So
they make you pessimistic about the eclipse.
Maybe be like, it's just a big deal. It's not that big of a deal to me. That's why I feel.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it was
some people.
Yeah.
But to say, all that's subjective. I mean,
it
was pretty big because like either this is a lot of depends on your age, your first one. Depending on your age, your last one.
Yeah.
Maybe you did see it in your 70s, but maybe you on an age, and this may be your last one.
Oh man, that's kind of dark there, man.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if you're already 100 years old, you may not live to see.
Yeah,
the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm only 31, so I'll probably get to
see another one, huh? Yeah, you get to see another one. This one here, they mess your eyes and your brain up over there, man. So yeah, Jim Jamal, you sit out there with a aluminum can on top of your head or whatever, aluminum foil with the antenna out there.
I took a piece of tin off old Buick and tried to look through it.
Yeah, you got them 3D movie glasses on?
Yeah, these will work just fine. I got these at the movies back when Black Panther came out.
Yeah, don't burn your damn retina out your eyes, man. That damn retina just gone. Ain't no good at all. They can't even do laser surgery. That retina toe up, man, real bad.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over with. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, you blind.
Say $1.50 like Mr. Know-It-All and toe my eye out.
And I'll be like, see there? I told you. You. Yeah, I told you. Leave that. Yeah. You don't want to get, you ought to go with my theory. Don't just try to believe everything you hear now. Yeah. But yeah, man. But we hope everybody experienced with the Eclipse, was a pretty good one. Whatever. We love to hear you guys' thoughts and comments about it. If you can't talk, you put the comments in the comment section. We'll definitely read that as well. Also, whenever you watch the video, if you want to comment below when you watch the video, just tell us where you guys are at when y'all experience this Eclipse. And tell me what your guys' experience was. Did you guys go to any parties? Did you guys go to any concerts? Whatever you guys did, please definitely show it. Tell us, let us know.
They had an Eclipse party.
They had a few. We had a concert in my hometown, G-Man. We had an Eclipse
concert.
It was an Eclipse concert, man. Yeah,
it It is Corsicana. It ain't much.
Yeah, man, they had it going on,
It
man.
ain't much going on in the can.
Whoa, wait a minute now. Wait just a minute.
It ain't a whole bunch going on where people
we will tear this son of a gun down, man. Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
No, don't do that.
Oh yeah. Ain't nothing going on in the can.
Ain't nothing going on, huh? Oh man, you wild. All right, y'all. But we gonna definitely get ready. We're gonna start the show. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wanna talk about it. Let's talk about it. Corsicana, Texas. What's up, Dallas Fort Worth? What's up, Houston, Texas? Welcome back to another episode of the Burning Coals Podcast. We are your show hosts. I'll go by the name of Mr. Know It All Reaction. And right there next to me, he's the man, the myth, the legend. He goes by the one and only gentleman, Jamal. And coming into the Burning Coals Podcast, we got the big fella. He goes by the name of B. Dub, Bougie, Weirdo. Give it up. And also coming into the Burning Coals Podcast, she's the one and only, the beautiful, talented, the one and only Miss Educated Queen EQ. Give it up. So we are the Burning Coals Podcast. Here's what we have: fire interviews, hot topics, burning questions, serious conversations, and we say what needs to be said on this show. How you guys doing on this beautiful Tuesday? So before we get started, we know we have to always lay down the ground rules. We do have a comment section on the comment screen here. If you want to comment on the show, you can definitely put the comment into the show. We will definitely read the comments. And we also have 2 streaming platforms available. We have a Facebook platform. We also have a YouTube platform. You want to be able to come onto the show, just basically and asking your questions, you can definitely hit one of those platforms or streaming platforms. We bring you on. You can fire your questions. You can give your shout outs. You can give your compliments. Say, hey, man, we love what you guys do. We'll definitely eat all that up, and we will definitely appreciate all that you do for us. All right. So, Jim and Jamal, I know EQ and B-Dub going to be on here shortly. Man, how's it going, brother? How are you?
Man, I'm just it's good to be here. Good to be amongst my people.
Right.
As you know, it's always a good time to chop it up, spit some hot fire, chop up game with the people, see where everybody is, see where they head at, and see how we're gonna proceed.
Right. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Man, I tell you one thing, man, this been a busy weekend for myself, brother. So you see behind me, we got the Snap It hats. So I got to tell you guys, you got to be able to go on the show. I mean, you got to go on the website, www.snapithatsllc.com. You got to go and get your Snap It hat. All right. This is the only no stitch company hat that's out there. But I'm going to tell you about this hat. All right. So this hat is a unique hat. There's no stitch. They don't do no stitching with the hat at all. So all their hats come with 2 logos and the interchangeable logos, but this is the company hat. This is the company logo here. And so what happens is you be able to take the logo off the hat like so. And then you put in the other logo of the hat and just snap right on. Look at that. Just that simple. Take it off. Put the one logo that you have back on. Boom. And it also have the company logo patch on the side of it. So they some beautiful hats, man. They some fire hats. I would definitely recommend you guys go order you a custom hat. They do. They have logos. They do company logos. They do phrases. They do, sayings, quotes, whatever that you come up with. You can definitely order one of them hats, and they can definitely snap it, put it on there, and you ready to rock and roll. So you would definitely be, with that hat, you definitely.
Until I get mine, I'm not endorsing nothing.
So yeah, man, y'all gotta check out Snap It Hats. Go to the social media platforms as well. You go to Instagram, Snap It Hats. You can go to Facebook, YouTube. Go and subscribe. Go and follow. And again, the website is www.snapithats.llc.com. You can definitely order, your custom hat, whatever. Like I told you, whatever you guys want to, whatever you come up with, or whatever, you definitely can go there and get it made. But check them out though. Check them out. All right, G man. So we're gonna get ready to start this show, man. We're gonna talk about this first, this first subject or topic. So
What we got?
okay, so I sent you guys a video of this lady at a restaurant. All right, she's eating her food she had ate her food, okay, and she's complaining that the food did not taste good. It was like her and her friends had ate the food, right? And there's a man. I think he's a white guy, but I think he's the owner of the particular restaurant. So he tells them, well, she's complaining about the food was not good, and the man was saying, "Hey, look, you guys ate your food. Why are you refusing to pay for the services?" So the lady said, "Hey, the food wasn't good. I want a refund or something to that magnitude." And the guy was like, "Hey, look, you ate the food." But now he's getting in a more aggressive tone towards these ladies. And he was saying, "Look, you're not going to go anywhere. I'm gonna call the police, XYZ." But he's starting becoming very agitated, angry, to where he's telling the ladies, "Look, don't come back to my restaurant. Ate the food. If you don't like my service, my food, then don't return. Don't come back," and so on and so forth. So now it's getting to a big disagreement. It's getting into a big old argument to where the ladies were saying, "Hey, we're not gonna spend no more money here at XYZ, so on and so forth, or whatever." Now, up under the comment section, there were some people that was blasting, people in the middle with this whole thing. So some people were siding with the restaurant owner, and then some was siding with the ladies. And they were saying who's right, who's wrong. G man, what you think about that situation, man? Who's in the right, who's in the wrong?
Ooh-wee.
This
is a. I'm trying to tread carefully here. I mean, I didn't see how much of the food that they ate, but about the only plate or two I saw, it was clean. It looked like they ate all the food, but that to me is an important factor. How much of the food did they eat? Did they take a bite? It was, I don't want it. They try to order something else. I mean, the one plate that one of the young ladies held up, it was completely empty.
Right.
The drink cups were definitely empty. Now, again, and I hate to say this, but sometimes our people, mainly our sisters, I'm going to say that they'll go to these places, and you probably, and you do all this grandstand. I'm gonna eat everything, order everything, and then, well, the bill, when it's time to pay up, now all of a sudden I want to see a manager, and I don't want to pay for nothing. We can't do that. And again, if they just took a bite and you don't have with your food, don't pay for it. Yeah, right. Spend your money, get your money's worth and all that, but don't eat all the food and then say, "Well, I don't want it," and then make a big deal out of it. Just pay the tab. Don't patronize no more. Give them a bad Yelp review. Tell people don't come here. There are other ways of handling it than making a scene.
Right.
Act like you was raised. And on the flip side of that, the owner, the gentleman, I guess he was the owner that came to the table. He was hella aggressive. I would say that. He said pay for it. He said they ate it. From what I saw, it did look like they did eat it, at least the majority of it. But he was very, kind of unprofessional in a sense. They said, "Hey, I want a refund." And if he determined that, it's a civil matter, right? Either give them the money back, tell them don't leave, or don't leave. I wouldn't let them come back. I wouldn't have taken an aggressive stance to a table full of women in that situation.
Right.
I mean, that wasn't gonna make it better. It just made a scene. I'm sure it brought some negative attention to his business, right? But I think on a bigger scale, it's another hit to Black society, right? And from the looks of the place, it looked like a place where it wasn't even no Black people there. Black people need to get out of this thing of we want to go places to show people we can, and stop spending places where we're not welcome or wanted. I wish we would do that. Go patronize a small Black business or somebody that wants you there, instead of being in places where. And again, I didn't do the research to see. I noticed, but obviously it wasn't Black owned because the owner was there.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any Black faces in there.
No,
it was all white people. And again, you can eat where you want to eat, but you go over there, you can make a scene, and it looks. I mean, from the looks of it, the plates were clean. Yep. So to one end, if you're gonna go there and eat all the food, have whatever, either send it back when you get it. Don't wait till the tab comes to say I want my money back. When them plates were clean, brother, them cups were empty.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Now and you got to go and pay.
Right, you got to. You don't have no leg to stand on to fight on that. You know what I mean? Right. But I agree with you, G man. Well, I think both people was in the wrong. I think the people that was there, the patrons that was there eating and ate all their food, I think they were wrong, and I think that the man that how he handled that whole situation was wrong as well. Because here's the thing, and I'm gonna speak on both parts of it. The man, the owner of the company, if you got somebody that don't want to pay for the food, don't put yourself in harm's way and try to act like you're gonna make them pay for it. You know what you do? Just like you said, G man, you don't want to pay for the food. I see you ate all the food. I see that with my own eyes or whatever. I'm not going to sit up here and put myself in harm's way and try to argue with you about this ticket or bill or whatever, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and just call the police and let the police deal with it. If I got to take it to a whole nother matter, going to civil court, things like that or whatever, then I'll do that. But I'm not going to sit there and try to force that on you and say, and bring that type of attention to your business, because that right there, like you said, the word of mouth or whatever, how he handled that whole situation, the bigger picture is that could have hurt his business in the long run or whatever, because the way he handled that thing, you know what I mean? And that's what you don't want to do, especially if you're going to business for yourself. You got to always conduct yourself in a civil and professional manner. I don't think that man did that, because maybe on that particular day, maybe he must have had a bad day, G man. Maybe he's had people run off and ditch that bill and do that to him or whatever. So maybe some stuff that I'm piled up for him to behave in that type of manner. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but
especially with a certain demographic of people.
That's I was just going to say that too. A certain people, it rubs that much. It's like putting salt in a wound or whatever with a certain demographic of people that walk away from the ticket like that. Now, on the female end, those ladies end or whatever, to me, like you said, G man, that is a big black eye to the community when you sit there, because now a lot of some people already feel a certain kind of way about us as at a certain demographic of people, whatever. They already think that we lie, cheat, and steal. You see what I'm saying? Or try to get over on you. And a lot of I not only just black people, whatever, but there's a lot of different nationality people that try to look to get over on somebody. You know what I mean? So it's just not black folks, but
we get the attention.
That's what I'm saying. We get that stigma is on us that we lie, cheat, and steal or whatever. But when you do stuff like this, G man, like it was so uncalled for. You did not have a leg to stand on. If you don't like the man's service or whatever, still pay for the food. Like you said, there's a certain way to actually handle that situation, but not paying for the food, having a disagreement with this guy, getting all loud and belligerent after it's clear that you done had cleaned your plate up, you've drank all the drinks and all that or whatever. Now you don't want to pay and you want to act a fool up in there. No, G man, that's not gonna get it. That's the same concept and premise. Like some of these people go to these barbershops and they go in there they go in there and request a certain type of hairstyle, and then the barber cut it and they'll say, no, that wasn't what I wanted. Well, the barber heard you ask for this, or you see the barber cutting your hair a certain kind of way. Why come you couldn't correct them then instead of let that barber finish your hairstyle, and then you want to pay the dude and run off on him? You see what I'm saying? We got to cut that mentality out, man. That's hurting us as a people, and we're not getting nowhere when it comes to that type of situation like that. Because you got to keep in mind that a lot of these a lot of these business owners or whatever, man, they got a family and everything. They got a business they got to run. They got to support themselves or whatever. And us running off on these tickets trying to get over on these people, that's not the way to go about it. B-Dub, what's your thoughts about it, B-Dub? About the situation with the woman, the ladies and the one to not pay for the food. They want their money back on the whole food situation with the
Yeah, I'm just listening. I'm not up to date on what y'all talking about, but just people not wanting to pay their bill, period. I can just speak on that. Like,
right.
I don't care if you have a bad experience or not, pay the bill. Pay
right.
the bill, don't come back.
Right.
That's it. Simple as that.
Don't tip.
I've been plenty of places where it wasn't worth the money they was charging, but you pay it and you don't come back.
There you go. Right.
Especially if you ate it all. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you don't ate all this people food, man.
You ate it all. Them places were empty. Unless they told me that she took them place would look at the video. I wish you could play it. That plate was clean.
Right. Yep. But like you said, they didn't got no leg to stand on with that, man. Like it was very it was cringeworthy to see that, because I'm like, man, y'all don't have no money to, you want to find a reason not try to get out of something. Is that your whole angle? Is that your whole MO to try to find ways to get out of paying something? If that's the way
for some people it is. It's scam culture. Like we live in that type of culture now where everybody is trying to get over on something, some way, somehow, always.
Yeah. But B-Dub, but why is that though? Why we got that kind of mentality, man? What you think that's all about? For us to want to always find a way to get over. Where'd it come from, B-Dub?
I mean, that's American culture. But if we speaking specifically, for our people, and this is not to make an excuse, this is just a real conversation. I think a lot of it comes from or at least people say, right? We've been through so much been done to us. So it's like we get the opportunity, we're gonna do it back. So I don't personally necessarily agree with that, but I mean that's just a lot of people's mindsets. Like talking to people is like that's their mindset. It's like, well, but that's why I say it's really American culture too, because a lot of times we think about the government, like everybody in America thinks the government is just horrible, and they are. But so it's like any opportunity to get over on the man, we're gonna take it. So I think that's just the mentality. But I think now in current times, I think it's gotten a little bit out of control, because like I said, we really in scam mode nowadays. Like it's literally like the culture in America to try to scam people.
Yeah. But it just hurt even more when you go into some of our restaurants that's black owned, and you come in there with that mindset like, hey, I'm finna get over on this black, this black man or whatever. I'm finna get over on them and find a way to get something for free and run off on the bill or whatever, man. That hurt big time, B-Dub. It's just something about that just don't sit right with me. Yeah, go ahead, G-Man.
I just looked at the point of it. The one girl was scraping the plate.
Yeah.
And putting the empty plate back down. I don't know if she was taking to go or what.
Yeah.
And then they got water and lemon. They ain't even got no alcoholic drinks. They wasn't trying to do nothing. They was somewhere they ain't had no business being, is what it feel like. And I hate to be the next black couple to have to come behind that, right? Because you already know.
It's hell on wheels, man.
Already know. You know how we are. Some of us will over tip because we know so many of us don't tip at all or tip poorly. I've been guilty of that before.
Yeah.
Tip, another couple percent just because, we got this stigma where black people don't tip. That's the thing. That's a stereotype. Of course, not all of us are like that, but we know there are some of us that that are like that. I was out. I won't say no names, but I was out with somebody, and he was like, I'm gonna pay for all drinks on me type stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was like, it was like $68 or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't you know he didn't leave not $1 as a tip at a bar?
Okay.
$68, $0. No problems with the service, no problems with nothing. he just I don't, I got a car and I don't really want to tip on my car, so I don't give him nothing. And I'm like, damn, we can't do that now.
That's crazy.
So I tipped, I tipped him, and I was like, I got it, like don't do that.
Well, but okay, let's talk about that. So if I'm buying the drinks, is it okay for you to do the tipping?
Well, I'd rather do the tipping than embarrass the race.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So if I spend $100 some on the drinks, for my boys or whatever, man, is it like? But is it decent of them to say, you know what? Okay, you don't spend $100 on us.
No.
Let us do the tip. Let us get a $20, $30 tip.
Then you would say that. You would say, I'll pay if somebody tip.
Oh, right. Okay.
If I go somewhere and I'm like, the bill is on me, I'm gonna just pay the bill. I ain't gonna ask nobody for a tip. But if that's a discussion we talk about, then that's cool.
Yeah.
Right. But if you don't have a tip, then say I ain't got the tip and let somebody do it. Don't just walk away. Say, hey, I want one of y'all get the tip. I wasn't planning on tipping. Don't zero the check out and hand it back to him.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, you ain't gonna tip. He's like, no, I ain't got no cash.
Yeah.
But you said, say, hey, I got to tell one of y'all,
Yeah.
Because one other person offered to pay. But you like, no, I got it. Okay, well, you got it.
Yeah.
Then tip. Or say, like you said, if one of y'all get the tip, I'll pay.
Right. Because, hey, one of y'all get the tip because I don't want to put no tip on my card.
No, it wasn't that. It was just, I'm going to just go and I'm cool with not tipping after almost a $70 bar tab.
Yeah. So
let's not do that.
Yeah. So B-Dub, what we consider as a good tip? How much is a good tip?
It depends on the service. So my thing is, if the service is great, I'm just gonna go with whatever I feel. I'm gonna round up and then usually add maybe $20 to that, depending on what the bill is. Like say if it's a $80 bill, right?
Yeah.
And we had good service, I'm just gonna pay $100. Just call it $100 or something like that. If it's like 45 and the service is real good, then I might do 60.
I agree.
If the service is bad, now the rule is technically, I've heard this from a few different people. If the service is horrible, you're supposed to tip them $1. That's like a universal service thing that people know. If you tip them $1, that means your service was trash. I've never done that before, but I would just do like 10%.
Yeah, 10% is the minimum. 10% minimum.
Yeah. So would you consider somebody doing good service? Okay, so let's say, for instance, you go into an eatery restaurant. All right, Chili's. We just take Chili's. Okay, we just say Chili's. You go to Chili's, you order your food. Your waitress come out there and bring your food and your drinks and things like that or whatever, and then your waitress leave. Don't come back until it's time for you to pay. Is that considered as good service?
Hell no, because number one, I'm gonna tell you, I drink a lot of water. I need my water glass to stay full at all times.
Okay.
That's all I drink is water. Unless I'm having a drink with somebody, I'm drinking water and I drink a lot of water. So I need that glass to stay full at all times. Now I'm cool with you not pestering me because I want to eat in peace.
Right.
But you need to at least make eye contact with me, every so often. It makes sure we good over here, or just stop by and say, hey, y'all good, y'all chilling, anything else, whatever. Like you have to make a regular stop.
You say what, G-Man?
You know what I'm saying? Like it don't
How
have to be.
How busy is she? It's a lot of stuff you got to take into consideration.
But I need them never-ending chips to keep coming, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hit the bottom damn never-ending chips.
I never go anywhere with Mr. Noah. Get to the comment section. Hey. Hold on. What's up, Mama?
He trying to skip a meal. He don't even want to order no meal. He just want to eat the
I want the endless bread. I want
the endless bread, endless pasta. I wanted to coming, man. Yeah, make sure they keep coming. Yeah, check that out. Yeah, because you tell me
5 bowls of chips and dip, And
I
then
want
she didn't come to your table for 10 minutes. Now you don't want to tip her.
yeah, but I want
go away. What a
yeah,
lot of
I
people
want
don't understand in the service industry, the waitresses and the bartenders get paid like $2 and some an hour. They basically are living off of tips.
It's commission, like a commission.
And
tips.
at the bar, they share tips, and the barbacks get a percentage of that too. Right? Most of the revenue in any restaurant, I don't care which route, any restaurant, most of the money comes from alcohol sales. That's why if you ever go to an establishment, you will see a 51% sign that tells you that business generates at least 51% of its revenue from the sales of alcohol. So when you go there, especially y'all who like to perpetrate, like this one guy, he big, like he's somebody big and order $150 worth of a tab, buying everybody shots, and then it's like, didn't like tip $5. Like, that's corny. He's like, well, I spent $150, but they don't get that.
Right.
They don't get that. And they get $2.
You did better buying $100 worth of liquor and tipping them to $50.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, so it's proper etiquette. Maybe we ought to do a whole etiquette segment one day. We like, God, because some of our people really do need help, man. We do. Anyway, we got to get some comments. All right, go ahead. You bring in EQ. She finally decided.
So we have a discussion about this situation that happened on social media, where these black ladies went to a restaurant, white-owned restaurant, and they ate the food, but when it come time to pay, they complaining that the food wasn't good. They want a refund back, and the owner of the restaurant, he is now upset, angry, and he's telling them that they need to pay the food. And now he's getting belligerent. Now there's a whole argument breaking forth amongst these people that was, with the owner and the women that was that was there patronizing at the restaurant. Who do you think was in the wrong with that whole situation? EQ.
They are, period. Because you don't go to a restaurant and order a lot of food, eat it up, and then say something's wrong with it. If something's wrong with it, then you take a bite of it, you give it right back and say, hey, can y'all remake this or whatever? But if you stayed there long enough to swallow down a whole drink and then eat up half the food, wasn't nothing wrong with that food. They went in there with the intention of not paying. And we got to stop doing stuff like that, because that makes black people look bad. And black women, come on now, you ought to have a little more dignity and self-respect than that. That's theft of service, first of all. So that's what a misdemeanor. So stop that. If you ain't got no money to pay at a 5-star restaurant, take your butt to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. Stop that, because they knew they didn't have the money. Because what they give you when you first go into a restaurant, a menu, or the menu is posted on the board. So obviously 9 times out of 10, you're looking at the prices. Well, for you to go in there and say, oh, the food wasn't good, this, y'all were looking for a reason not to pay for that food.
Right.
And that's not fair, because in times we're living in, with food costs being so expensive, and then you have to pay your chef, your servers and stuff like that. See, people don't look at the bigger picture. It goes beyond just stealing the meal. And then that's going to be, it's almost like retail where they experience shrinkage. That restaurant takes a hit every time somebody does that. And who wants to be losing business and losing, food? First of all, if you was going to go to a restaurant, why didn't you go read the reviews for the restaurant? If you felt like the food was going to be bad or whatever. But they probably just didn't have no money and found a reason to try to skip out on the bill. That's what that was. And you got people that actually do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But another thing too is what people don't realize, and I think this is a real thing, because people try to stunt. And the reality that people never want to say, nobody ever want to say, these upscale restaurants, the food is never that good. You're not gonna get what you get from your mama's kitchen or your granny's kitchen or from the soul food restaurant down the street. So a lot of times, and I don't know what kind of restaurant this was, I'm just assuming, but I'm just saying in general, a lot of times people go to these name restaurants. They want to go to these just to say that I was here or I ate there, and go run up a $200, $300, $400 tab just to say I ate at this restaurant. And then you get mad because the food ain't good, but the food ain't never that good. And maybe it's just maybe we just too poor. Maybe our palates is too poor to understand. But I've been to a couple of restaurants that whatever is supposed to be high scale or whatever, however you want to say it, and the food was decent. It was cool. I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't nowhere near what they was charging for it. But
Cotton Patch is not high end.
the party that we went with, that's where they wanted to go, so that's where we went. Cool. You go, you pay, you tip, and then you go on about your business.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. Because what if we did that everywhere? What if you took your kid and enrolled your kid in school and they said, nah, your kid bad, we're not dealing with them, take them back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You went to the restaurant, you ordered the food, you paid for the food. It'd be one thing if you took one bite and was like, what the F is this? No, I don't want this, take it back, then that's different.
But I'm afraid to even do that. But B-Dub, I'm afraid to even do that nowadays, man, because a lot of times when they put their food together and they bring it out to you, and you take a bite out of it, you don't eat it. Some people they get real they feel some kind of way behind that or whatever. Now you risking for somebody to do something to your food. They might step on your food. They might spit it. You don't know what you take a lot of risk there. You know what I'm saying? So usually what I do is if it's something that I don't like or whatever, man, I'm gonna still finish my meal, but I would never ever give a plate back to them to go and refix it. I would never do it.
At a fast food
I don't play that.
Which I don't really eat fast food like that no more, but occasionally I still do. But at a fast food place, hell no, not ever. At a restaurant, I would send it back, but just don't be an asshole. Be understanding. And I think that's just really what it is. As long as you're understanding and you have good dinner etiquette and know how to say what you need to say, the waitress, and they usually will work with you. Which also too, that's another component of the tip. Is if we do have a problem, you don't want to have a problem, but if I do have a problem, how well do you solve that problem? You know what I'm saying? So all that plays a part too in how much I'm gonna tip.
You be looking.
I got a quick question though. What's the biggest and the smallest tip y'all ever left for anything?
The biggest tip I probably sent. I ain't gonna sit up and tell you a story neither. The biggest tip is about $25. $25.
I know the smallest is zero because you already established. You been looking for reasons not to tip.
He tipped $25, but the total was like $800.
Right. I ain't know it out. That's a cheap tip.
Boy, $25 was the most. And
everything at the table, everything.
$5 was the cheapest by $5. Yeah.
What about you?
I think I've left a $40 tip before, and simply because I knew the waiter and I knew the waitress and I knew some stuff she had going on personally, so I just kind of felt a little, and it was at Chili's, so, but and I think the cheapest I've left on the table, man, it was during times when times was hard before them COVID checks, you know what I'm saying? Probably about $1.75. Hey, I did the best I could, man. It's hard out here for a poor pimp. You know what I'm saying? I think the cheapest tip for real though, on the cool, probably about $3. I'm just being honest. I mean, you give me poor customer service, you're gonna get a bad tip. But with the $40 tip, she was pretty cool. So
hey, you ever eat on them Timberland waffle fries? You be like, I know Timberland make waffle fries.
Better get some of these Washington quarters, baby. Quit playing with me. Time to shoot.
G-Man.
I can only base it off of percentages, because if I say $40 and the bill was, $300, that's, if I say the highest amount was a $40 tip, then you'd be like, okay. So percentage wise, I've tipped as high as 50%. I've never tipped less than 10%.
Okay.
Oh, you give your tithes and tips, okay?
Nah, I ain't getting to that pastor yours.
So we got
10% of everything. He don't want.
Baby, look at him, Pastor.
And he was specific. He said he want the gross. He don't want the net. So I had to
Right.
Trust in the Lord, Pastor.
So we got some comments in the comment section before we get on to the next segment of the show. But Barbara Sims, thank you
What's
for joining.
up,
Appreciate y'all.
Barbara?
Appreciate you for joining. Yes, indeed.
What's up, mama?
What's up,
All right,
mama?
now. Brittany Simone said, I went to a sports bar at Arlington, ordered cash fit nuggets, got fillets, and I didn't check. I didn't check till I got to the car. When I brought it back in, they asked me to pay for another plate. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Billy Combo, don't go out with broke people who don't have dining etiquette.
Bingo.
And then,
Right there.
Mr. Know-it-all.
Nah,
Yep.
that's G-Man. Don't say the
I
food
always
is
wanna
nasty.
talk to
Try
the
use and
manager.
Take our plates. That's crazy.
Right,
Yeah.
that part.
And Ray Robinson, appreciate you for joining the show. Ray Robinson said, I sent I 1 cent tip with a note. They kept my change. You bring the change, let me decide. I do believe in tipping.
Okay. Now see, that's a different conversation.
That's
Now,
different. That's
yeah,
different.
because I haven't paid cash in a while, but yeah, if I give you, people have missed out on bigger tips. I'm with Ray on that because we had a bill one time. I remember it was like $92. So I gave her $100 bill and she kept the change. But I had a bigger tip for her, but she kept the change, didn't bring the change back. So I'm like, all right, well, if you want $8, then that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that. I'm with you
Yeah.
on that.
We just had a situation this weekend, man. Me and my little brother, man, we went to this vegan restaurant. Well, he ordered this food online, the vegan restaurant, and he went inside and pick his food up, and he paid for the food, with I think he had $100 bill or something like that, like you said, B-Dub. And the woman looked at him. She asked him, "Do you want your change back?" My brother's like, "Hell yeah, I want my change back." Why would you? And then my brother, he walked out of the car. He was pissed off and frowned about it. He was like, "She gonna ask me after I paid for my food, do I want my change back?"
Well,
the
the
nerves of
total
some
was
of these people.
$98. She didn't think he was going to take the $2 back.
even if it was $2, you don't ask nobody, "Do you want your change back?" You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to
don't
automatically assume that somebody want their change back. Let them be the determination if they gonna keep the change or not. You don't just take it upon yourself to say, "Do you want your change back?" That ain't gonna fly.
She must have been ugly to him because if she was a 10, he would have reached that and gave her another 100. That's another thing. That's another thing. Some of y'all tip the waitress based off of other things, and y'all stop punishing the waitress for something the cook did. Come on, we gotta just have a whole nother. We're going one day. We'll
True.
Like going to Hooters, you might go to Hooters and you might have a chicken there that's getting all the tips, and she don't got she look a certain kind of way, but you might have a chick over there that's look kind of suspect in the outfit on or whatever. Man, I'm trying to be PC here, but they be looking like, man, why are you at my table trying to serve me with? I want the little chick over there with got everything.
They got better wings at Scores. If you want Scores and something to look at, I mean, if you want something to look at and get good wings, you're supposed to go to Scores or something like that. Not Hooters.
Oh, I ain't never heard of Scores. Never. Yeah, it's a nice.
It's a club for distinguished gentlemen.
Oh, okay. okay.
Great wings.
He said Buffalo Wild Wings. Now that's distinguished too. Now,
yeah, but you don't want never mind. I ain't gonna say that. I'm just be quiet, man, because I'm
gonna say this. I don't care how attractive you are or how unattractive you may be. If your service is on point, I'm gonna tip accordingly. Now, okay, if you're the bar and the bartender's a little extra friendly, you may end up throwing a couple more dollars. But if you a good-looking bartender and you was trash or waitress trash, you ain't finna get prime tip. Okay, you need to work on your craft, not work on trying to be cute. And if you want to be cute and look good to get money, and climb on that pole, and it'll show you something. But if you trying to provide customer service, then that's what you need to be focused on. So now I don't, attractive or not, I'm gonna tip according to the service.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all.
But a wink or two to all the people ladies and gentlemen, perfect, specifically the ladies who are in the service industry, a little tie, a little wink, and a little, show a little bit more thigh, and a little something else. You may get a little something. You may get a little something extra. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. That's what Mr. Know-It-All said.
Hey, you gonna get the manager call on you, G man. They gonna say, "Can you get him out of there? Because he's sure trying to touch and all that. Get him out of here."
I give you $100 now. When I go to touch on you, now it's a problem. Huh?
Yeah. We saying
okay, R. Kelly. All right, R. Kelly. Keep your hands to yourself. But you know what? I
My
don't want to go
mind
out
telling me no.
He make me sick. I don't want to go out to eat with a bunch of people that's always want to speak to the manager because something always wrong. Oh, you ain't got enough ice cubes, or it's a hurry in your food. I mean, if you that difficult type of person when it comes to going out, don't invite me because I don't like that.
Big
right.
I don't like that.
You got
you
one time to do that without no calls. I'll never go again.
Don't ever invite me. Right, I'm with you on that. Yeah,
right. So what if you got that friend, like, what if you're going to the restaurant, you tell somebody you're gonna pay for everything, whatever, and they that type of person, they go, they order a lot of food. They really don't even, for a fact they don't even eat like that. You know what I mean? But they go because you said something about it that you're gonna put up and pay the food and pay all this, whatever. They're gonna grab stuff that they really don't want. That they for a fact they don't really got it like that, eat it like that.
You offer.
Yeah,
you offer.
Yep.
Hey, I may order one drink if I'm paying, but if it's on you, I'm gonna get 3, 4.
Oh man, you gonna do them like that, man?
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful who you invite.
That's right.
That go back to Brittany comment about going out with broke people that don't have dining etiquette, because people will do that to you. But like G-Man said, if you put the invite, it's like, oh, let me see the other side of the menu.
Yeah, I want top shelf. Oh, get well out of my face. Don't insult me. B-Dub is paying. I want top shelf.
Yeah.
Like you be at the bar, be like, just let me get a Crown and Coke. You be like, next round on me. Let me get that 1942.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, if you roll with your people enough, next time you're gonna have the opportunity to return the favor to them. Yeah. So you don't trip. Like, all right, I'm gonna pay this time. That's typically how it goes. You go out with the same kind of crew. I get it this time. And then I may get taxed. Guess what? His time is coming around, and I'm gonna return the love. Ain't nobody gonna trip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually seen something the other day. And a lot of people talking about it in the comments. It was a group of people, and they were non-black people, but it was a group of people, about 6, 7, 8 of them. So what they do is everybody, it don't matter if you in a couple or not, every single person put their credit card in the bucket, and they shuffle it around and let the waiter pick a random card. So whatever card he picked, they paying for dinner. And then the next time, so that's how they do whenever they go out. What y'all think about that? I ain't really doing it. Now, I have paid for the whole dinner before, but not to pay for it. I did it for the credit card points. Like I'm sending out the Zelle requests, and once your request is received, I put the whole bill on my card just to get the points. But I don't know if I'm down with that one. Even though I know, like G-Man said, it's probably gonna come back around. I have my time. I might get to eat free 5, 6, 7 times before it's my turn. But still, I don't know.
Yeah, but then you might be paying.
My luck, I have to pay 3 times in a row.
Bro.
I love it so horrible. I've been in 7 straight. And then one person to pay, then I get another 7 straight. Nah.
Right. Yeah, that's me too. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that no more.
We're gonna take turns. This time is me. Next time, next time B-Dub. Next time is Know-It-All.
Hey, we're gonna have to discuss, man. I don't pay 7 times in a row, man. You see, I don't pay 7 times. Yeah, I'm keeping score, man.
This time.
No, not this time. I'm not, man. That ain't right.
Everybody else's card.
Yeah, I'm the dude that ain't right, man. That ain't fair. I'm that dude.
Nah, I keep a fake dummy card in my wallet and put it in there. I'm like, it got declined. I will.
Yeah, I'm about to say my card ain't gonna clear nowhere. I throw it in there. Good luck getting the money out for it.
and be praying that they don't pick your card, man. Please don't pick my card. I got no money on here.
I don't like that. No, I don't like that at all. We pay for our own tab. That's no. Unless we have a what? What she say?
Oh, Ray said that's foolish. The card in the pot. Just decide or just get your own check. That's what
That's
she said.
right,
That's
right.
foolish.
I'm with you on that because first of all, I may have just got a salad and some water, and you think I'm gonna pay $300 for y'all because y'all don't order lobster and all this? No,
EQ
Yeah.
ain't no way in the hell your ass got no salad, no water, no way.
shut up. I hate him.
I
swear
knew
wanna
it was
pimp-
coming. I
I
knew it
want
was
a pimp
coming.
slap. Shut up. I do eat salad along with some other stuff, but anyway, no. But that's not fair.
As a starter with chicken on it.
I said that. Shut up. I hate you. Wish you keep on messing with me. You gonna come up. You gonna be unalived.
Oh, I
Anyway,
love you. I love you, EQ. I love you.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't
But yeah,
know.
I'm
I don't
just
know where
saying.
this whole
Yeah, I don't like that.
splitting bill stuff come from.
Wait a minute. Them wasn't us, was it? Because we don't do stuff like that.
I don't think we do that. Not
We
that.
ain't got enough on our balance left. Our available
you
balance
talking
ain't.
about-
Yeah, we maxed out. We maxed out. You ain't gonna put nothing. Yeah, we too maxed
You ain't
out,
got
man.
but a $300 limit. You ain't got but
Man.
$17 available
Boy.
credit. No,
Yeah,
we ain't doing
man. Yeah. Yep. I'm telling you, hope and praying that your card don't get picked up.
Yeah, the way my checking and my savings set up, you know, I can't do it. But nah, that what I just said, those were not persons of color. No.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, we be trying to split the bill, and I don't know where this new splitting the bill culture came from. I don't care what's going on. Now, if it's somebody's birthday and we all want to chip in on the birthday person, that's cool. You know, the birthday person shouldn't be paying. But other than that, you know, I'm paying for whatever I bought or whatever I ate, drank, whatever, and I'm leaving a tip based on what I ate, drank, or whatever, and then we're gonna call it a day.
Yeah. That's fair. Yep. So yeah, we definitely gotta, do better when it comes to stuff like that. But B-Dub, we had this other topic we want to discuss. We're gonna switch subject a little bit here. And we got a little time to do that. But this Caitlin Clark situation. You guys have been keeping up with March Madness, the basketball phenomenon. Miss Caitlin Clark, she plays for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, the media has gotten behind Caitlin Clark, and everything has been, it's almost like the media is forcing Caitlin Clark down your throat. Now, a lot of celebrities, such as Samuel L. Jackson, some of the female players in the WNBA, been outspoken about Caitlin Clark because the media, she has a media train behind her that's pushing her out there or whatever. Some people saying that, it's, that people are hating on Caitlin Clark because of all this media attention that she's getting. But the media is saying that Caitlin Clark has single-handedly changed college basketball because of her superstardom inside the WNBA and what she's done since she's been what she's done since her time being at Iowa, with having all these different records that she's broken, these different accolades and awards that she's won over her college career with Iowa. And the list goes on and on and on. So a lot of athletes and celebrities are upset. Athletes of color, celebrities of color are upset because, they trying to hit Caitlin Clark as she's basically the face of the college basketball sports, and that she's changed college basketball or whatever because of her. So with that information that I just share with you guys, whatever, B-Dub, G-Man, and EQ, what's your guys' thoughts and opinions about this whole situation with Caitlin Clark?
Well, first of all, have probably all them people that you just named don't even watch women's basketball on the regular. It's a lot of casuals, and see, and this particular topic, I feel a certain type of way about it because I'm a person who has been watching women's basketball for a little bit now. I ain't gonna say I just always been a fan, but at least for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been keeping up with it, but not in college though. I've been watching so I seen Caitlin when she was at AAU, when she was in middle school, high school, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, all of these girls, Malaysia. I don't even know how to say her last name. I'm not gonna disrespect her last name like that, but the girl at South Carolina, so she has scored more points than any D1 female basketball player. She has won pretty much every award you can win, minus a natty. She's done a lot. And it's only been the last 2 years. Like her freshman year, sophomore year, nobody was really talking about Caitlin Clark. But at a certain point, you realize, like, man, this girl, okay, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's doing that. Now, let me say this. It's not Caitlin Clark by herself. It's all those girls that I just named. It's Raven Johnson. It's Cardosa. It's a lot of, it's like this generation of female college basketball players right now are just different. It's different. It's all of them. Now, why is Caitlin Clark at the forefront of this? Well, we know what part of the reason is. So we're not even going to say that. Or at least I'm not going to say it. I leave that to G-Man. We know what part of the reason is. But the other part is she's got the goods. She's shown what she can do. Like, and, you know, last year, the national championship, they lost to LSU. That started a huge divide in the country for no reason at all, in my opinion. But we know this is America. We've been living here. We all been here at least 35 plus years. We know what America is all about. So after the national championship last year, it created a stir. So majority of America is a certain group of people. She represents that group of people.
Right.
They feel like she's the one.
The Great White Hope. That's what they call it. The Hope. The Great White Hope. Let's put it out there. We're gonna talk. Let's talk about it, B-Dub.
But like I said, it is hope. It's not hype. It's hope because she got the goods to back it up. She has shown that she got the goods to back it up. Caitlin Clark is a baller. I don't care what you want to say. You can hate on her all you want. She a baller for real. Like she do this. So now all the extra stuff that come along with it, all the extra rhetoric and negative comments, like every time, you know, any of these other girls, Angel Reese, Raven Johnson, any of these other girls do something, you know, certain people have to come throw Caitlin Clark out their mouth or whatever. But last I checked, Dawn Staley in South Carolina was 109-3. So over these same last 2 to 3 years that Caitlin Clark been getting it in, and they've been saying, okay, look at her. South Carolina been killing it. It's a lot of people that lost a lot of money on this national championship, and they all share a similar. they have a similarity. There's also a lot of people that won a lot of money on this championship, and we all share a similarity because we got better sense to know that Caitlin Clark can't beat a whole team by herself, and South Carolina is like that, and Dawn Staley is a hell of a coach. However, again, she represents certain people who, you know, it's like Larry Bird, and I don't want to run on. I'm gonna step away, but it's like Larry Bird all over again. Larry Bird is cold. He's one of the GOATs. But we know that Larry Bird got a lot of extra hype for a specific
Larry
reason.
Bird, though.
G-Man, what's your thoughts, G-Man?
So that's it, and I'm gonna step away.
What's your thoughts, G-Man, about all this situation?
We know what this is about. Last year, it was widely known and pointed out that they were unfalsely demeaning one player, Angel Reese, for the same thing that Caitlin Clark would do. The little gesture that it wasn't even John Cena that made. What's the guy from G Unit? He actually created it.
Oh, Tony Yayo.
Mm-hmm. John Cena took it from him, and Caitlin Clark took it from John Cena, apparently. Or she talks a lot of crap. Now, as B-Dub said, you can't deny that she got skills or that she's balling her behind off. That she wasn't that girl. Well, I don't think that's real the problem. And I don't think she really cares about the negative, the kind of, stuff that she's getting, because I think she kind of thrives in it. And in a sense, because, she don't mind being the kind of the bad guy, the monster, right? She's balling, but we already know what this was when it was LSU versus ours. It was white versus black in the sense. You have Iowa, and they had like the I think it's maybe one chick that's racially ambiguous, biracial, maybe. The starting lineup is all white girls. Let's be clear. This is what kind of divided the country to a degree. It was white versus black. And even in the media, they painted, the LSU as kind of thugs, and these Iowa somehow something better than. And I'm not denying that Caitlin Clark is cold, right? But let's not take away the fact that she is a Steph Curry influenced basketball player, which she has. Everybody can see, which she didn't say it herself.
Right.
Number two, don't take the shine off of what Donna Staley did. Player of the year more than once, coach of the year more than once, 3 national champions, whatever her record is, went undefeated. Didn't lose one game all year. And you did what a lot of teams couldn't do, and that's beat Iowa. But the focus has remained on Caitlin Clark. That's probably another caveat to the whole thing. And as Ms. Nordahl alluded to, there's always been this hope for the Great White Hope, going back to Rocky, when Muhammad Ali fought Wepner. It's always been that way. People wanted Floyd Mayweather to lose. They watch boxing not to see how great Floyd was. They just want to see somebody non-black beat him up.
Right.
So now you have Caitlin Clark. She don't mind she brags. She talks a lot of crap. No, people trying to protect her. She's just some sweet, innocent flower. Just happened to be an assassin with the ball. She got skills. She is a baller. She has been a baller for a while. Congratulations to her. Ice Cube offered her $5 million, more than he'd offered any player, male or female. Congratulations to you. But that's not take the shine away from everybody else. And not take that this year belonged to the national champion. She still ain't got a natty. She never won a championship. It's always going to be more than one player. You don't have 6 rings, Michael Jordan, without a Scottie Pippen or another supporting cast too, even though you are the greatest or at that time, if not all time. It's not to take that away from you. It's not to take away his greatness, but it takes more than one player. I always had one team. It was one, and it wasn't enough. She's a great player. She wants to shut the starlight. She don't mind playing the bad guy. You get what the bad guy gets sometimes. You can't thrive off the love and die off the hate, or vice versa. Did I say it wrong? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But whatever. It's our last year. We'll see what happens next. Congratulations to Dawn Staley and South Carolina.
Right. I agree with that 1,000%. But B-Dub and G-Man, EQ. But see, we talk about this whole Great White Hope thing or whatever. See, I don't call that these celebrities and these athletes are calling it, they calling the news media out about this whole situation, whatever. I don't call it hate. But and the reason I say that is because this has been going on ever since since the beginning of time. As far back, you can definitely see it when it comes to these different sports. I don't care what sport it is. A lot of these Caucasian individual, Caucasian man or woman with Caucasian men, they invented these different sports. So if you look at back in boxing, all right, somebody, black folks couldn't, like we're talking about the time of Jack Johnson. Black folks couldn't even get in the box. You know what I'm saying? You had Jack Johnson, who was knocking out, beating up everybody during this particular time. He was trying to get into the boxing arena to try to, to compete and box against some of these white guys, the white champion or whatever. They kept ducking him and did not want him to get the opportunity to go and box. But when he got his opportunity to box, he dominated the sport. They've been looking, all these different sports been looking for somebody, Great White Hope, to get back to redeem what they had created and what they had invented. Boxing, football, basketball, all these different sports that was invented by these Caucasian people. We got in, black folks got in, started dominating, and ever since then, because we dominated the sport so much that they created, they want somebody to reign supreme because they created the sport. we got there and dominated or whatever. They look for somebody to come in and say, hey, this is our champion because we created this sport. This is the person that, it's almost like it's a type of supreme and things like that or whatever, man. So that's what they're looking for. That's why this white hope in these different sports is very important and to them, whatever. And they use the media to try to get that title back with these different sports, B-Dub.
That's fine though. That because if we was watching all of these sports, and if we was getting just dominated in all of these sports, we would feel the same way. Anytime there was a black person that was like any glimmer of hope that could win anything, we would be supporting it. So I don't have a problem with that. The problem is like you can be that. That's no different than any sports team. Like the Texans, right? Texans have never won nothing, but every time we have a good year, we get excited because we don't have that very often. Now we should have a lot of them, in the foreseeable future, but for a long time we haven't had good seasons. So when we do have one, everybody who's a Texans fan gets excited. So I don't have a problem with that. The problem is when you start taking it beyond sports, the comments and the emotions behind some of the stuff that we're talking about. If you white and Caitlin Clark is out there killing it, then you be like, oh man, at least we finally got a white person that can whatever. Cool, okay. That's not me personally. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But when you go out of your way to try to demean or diminish somebody else just because you finally got one, that's a whole different story. Like the comments and stuff that you see on an Angel Reese post that has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark, but you got people coming in saying derogatory, mean things toward this young lady and putting Caitlin Clark's name behind it when they have no problem. They are actually friends. They cool. It's competition. They get it. They're competitors. Which I'm gonna bring up another point. And you said something about the WNBA earlier. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But those girls are competitors. They get it. The trash talk is part of it. That's how it go. That's just like Emmitt Smith ran to the middle of the star, threw the hands up to God. T.O. said, okay, cool. When I get my chance, I'm gonna go do the same thing. It's like it's competition. Every sport has a Superman, Batman, or whatever hero versus villain. And to G-Man's point, Caitlin Clark clearly took on the role of villain because she said, I'm built like that. I can take it. So she started that. She went out and waved off Raven Johnson last year like, I don't respect your shot. Like she literally turned her back on this girl on a 3-point shot. What happened this year? Raven locked her ass down for 3 whole quarters and only let her get off 3 shots in 3 whole quarters. Did Caitlin hold her head and get mad about it? No, she asked for it. And she knew it was coming. And Raven got her moment. She got her get back. That's what sports is. It's about getting your get back. That's why we have rivals. Division rivals, conference rivals, whatever. It's all about getting your get back. All right, you got me this time, I'm gonna get you next time. Angel Reese was, she was just quietly just averaging a double per game. People act like she didn't exist. Everybody talking about Caitlin Clark, and she's like, wait, hold up. My numbers is equal to hers. Better in some cases. Y'all talking about her? Okay, cool. They met in the national championship. Angel got her get back. So okay, you can't nobody see you. Guess what? You can't see this ring. I got one of these. You don't. That's sports. But now you got people because they finally got one that then came along that they can get behind, they can push. Now anything that challenges that, they have to go attack it. That's where we go left at. If you want to be proud because you got somebody that looks like you that represents you that's doing well, great, support them. but that ain't got nothing to do with the other people. So a lot of these, so-called, supportive people that just fans, these all of a sudden fans of Caitlin Clark are using her as a way to show their actual ignorance. And that is a problem.
EQ, you got anything you want to say about that, EQ?
Hey, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, EQ. G-Man, what you got, G-Man? You want to add on that? Expound on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. There's an affinity with Caitlin. The same reason there's an affinity with McCaffrey. And the same reason there's an affinity with Cooper Kupp or whoever else. Whenever you see somebody that they typically don't perform like that, there's something extra with it. If Caitlin Clark was black, they would like she had a great year, but it wouldn't have been like that. Ice Cube ain't throwing $5 million. This is not talking to nobody racially, because you have, like you said, you have a lot of black people coming to Caitlin's defense. And I don't care which way you side on it, but you just got to call a spade a spade. Okay. We've had athletes in the past that have had phenomenal years, right? She wasn't always the number one leading this and this, but you haven't heard so much hype about a college female basketball player. Hell, a college male player this year, all of college basketball seemed to kind of hover around Caitlin. And that's fine. Like, if you made it work, you made it work. I ain't hating on her at all. But that's not act like there's something else behind the why. It ain't just because she's a super talented basketball player, which she is. I'm not saying she's not. But there's a little something extra that that gives a little bit of kick. And that's because she's doing it in a black female dominated or black dominated sport. Same way everybody went crazy over Christian McCaffrey. Oh, now he's the next Barry Sanders, right? And I'm like, okay, why? Because we're not used to seeing running backs play that position such a high level,
right?
All right. Same way Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp had one good year, right? That 1 year they can, oh man, he next Jerry Rice type stuff. Come on, stop. Let's stop. Now, that's not act like you're not giving them some of the stuff because they are non-black. And B-Dub's point, if it was reversed, we'll get behind them. But black people, we have to support everything black because we hadn't traditionally gotten support at all. There's a time where blacks and whites couldn't even play together. Mm-hmm. Let alone when Jack Johnson was boxing, they was like, you better not even celebrate after you knock out a big
right. Don't do none of that, because you're gonna cause hell inside. In the audience, you do all that. He couldn't do none of that.
So all these things, when we go through sports, we when I say we, black people typically look at it a little bit different. I'm not hating on Caitlin Clark. She's doing very well. She do very well. So she's already probably a multi-millionaire now, and she's been offered multi-millions of dollars more. After this game, she's going on to the next level. She already got millions waiting on her. She did very good for herself. She a record-breaking college career. Congratulations to her. But like she said, you wanted to wear the bad guy, like Batman said. You need somebody to hate. You want to be it. Now you that. Congratulations.
Well, I got some stats for y'all before we close this one out. And so let me tell y'all. Let me give y'all a group of names that was in college. Female college basketball players that they wanted to kind of write off, and they had some way more. They had a resume that was out of this world when they was in college. So let me tell you some people. Maya Moore. Who remembers Maya Moore? Her career was 150 wins, 4 losses, career record, 2 national championships, 4-time All-American. I remember Maya Moore. Shmika Holtzclaw. That name ring a bell? Tennessee Volunteers, 3 national titles, 2-time player of the year, had a hell of a career in college. What about Cheryl Smoops? She averaged 35 points. She tournament and led Texas Tech to a national championship. What about Cheryl Miller? Reggie Miller's sister, 3-time All-American, 2-time national championship, 3,000 career points with little no 3-pointers. So, you can't, Like it's like with the media, whatever, man. It's like they trying to anoint and push this whole Caitlin Clark situation in front of us or whatever, and don't want to recognize some of the greats that happened before her, or whatever. That's where the problem comes in at. You cannot erase the greats that came before her and try to say that Caitlin can give her all this credit and say that she's the one who revolutionized the back, college, female college sports, whatever, because she didn't. You discrediting everything that happened before her, whatever. I think that's where the problem comes in at. So anyway, go ahead, G-Man. I mean, Charles, you gonna say something? B-Dub?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, I agree, but I even you don't even have to go back to those players. That's what I'm saying. It's like this whole group of players between the ages of 18 to 22 right now. Like this year, and I would say the next 3 to 4 years, you're gonna see that a lot. Like Juju Watkins already had a better freshman year than Caitlin Clark, so she's already on pace to even break that record. So her record may only last a few years. So I agree. Is not Caitlin Clark did not change. I'll tell you what did it. This is what women's NCAA have, the men's NCAA don't. And I didn't even know this. I just recently found this out. The women, they can't go one and done. The WNBA, you have to play a certain amount of years in college before you can go into the WNBA draft. And I think what that does is that creates these villain arcs, that creates these rivalries, because if we don't have LSU Iowa last year, and Caitlin Clark really, she should send Angel Reese 10% of whatever her earnings is, because if Angel Reese don't do this, Caitlin Clark Iowa is not drawing millions and millions of views this year like they have been doing. The support is not there. If Iowa wins last year, we don't have this year. But because LSU won, and because Angel Reese had a chip on her shoulder and said, hey, okay, you think you the big dog, I'm the big dog. Now you have this back and forth, which again, what I don't like is I don't like that it opened the door for so many people with ill intent to come out the woodworks. Because sports fans, people who actually watch sports or appreciate sports, are not doing it. We see what it is. We understand it. We get it. But now you got all this extra push behind Caitlin Clark, all this extra support that's just popped out of nowhere. Because, like I said, they really not supporting her. They really just using her to show their own intent. So. But real quick though, before we get out of here, about the WNBA thing too, like her name just slipped my mind, was talking about Diana Taurasi, talking about, it's gonna be different. She was speaking specifically about Caitlin Clark, but she kind of threw everybody else in there, like all these new girls that they talking about when they come to the WNBA, it's gonna be different. You running around with 18-year-olds, it's grown women over here. Mm-hmm. And I think, of course, there's going to be some change because the league is different. There's going to be some adjustment, some adjustment. But I think they're not ready for these girls that's coming out of college right now, because y'all barely can make a shot from your shortened 3-point line, and these chicks is dropping NBA from beyond NBA line 3-pointers like it's nothing, and they play the game a little bit faster. And a little bit better, but that's evolution. A lot of these girls are bigger, faster, stronger. Because historically in the WNBA, each team got one tall chick. You got one 6'5", 6'6", and you might have a couple of 6-footers, and everybody else is 5'5", 5'6". You got a lot of these girls like Caitlin Clark. I think she's 6'3". I don't want to over-exaggerate, but I know she like 6'2", 6'3". Guard. Move like a guard. Shoot like a shooting guard. So I think Diana and some of these other chicks in the WNBA might want to make sure they ready for these young
Anytime you
ladies
come
that's
from
coming
the
down.
little league to the big leagues, there is a guardian, there is a gatekeeper that's saying you ain't. It don't matter if you come from, no matter what. The older NFL, NBA, WNBA, the ones that started there are saying you may think you all that where you at. It's different when you come up here. So I don't knock them for saying that, especially when she went out of her way again to make sure I'm the bad guy. You was being disrespectful. I ain't gonna say disrespectful, but you was very braggadocious player. No, got no problem with it. I love confident players, but it's always gonna be the older heads. It's gonna be like y'all play professional sports. Whatever the new guy comes in, they hyping them up. Oh, you gonna be the star of the team. You like, now while I'm here, you ain't gonna be number one. You got to come take my spot. Just because they hyped you up.
Sure.
So I'd like, and like you said, it's up to Caitlin and go and say, and you were saying, or the girls gonna be like, hey, we told you wasn't gonna be nothing here. That creates early rivalries. Now, it would suck if somebody ended up on the same team, which I doubt. Everybody know Caitlin's gonna go number one, but you know what I'm saying. When they face each other, that's gonna draw some attention to the game. She's good for WNBA basketball. They've been complaining about them not getting the just due, the notoriety, the money, the ads. That's going to be a plus for WNBA when she gets there. So there are some positives that will come out of this. It's just part of the game.
This is the female version of Bird and Magic all over again. That's just what it is.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Bird, at least Bird, when he's like, reason I play like this because what? He said I went and played with black players at the after work. Mm-hmm. And they said he talked smack and he was cool though. Like he wasn't, it's different. Caitlin ain't embraced it. She ain't saying, hey, look at that. I learned from these sisters. It's a little different. Don't do Bird. Bird said, yeah, I learned from black players. Flat out. As great as I am, I learned by playing black players.
Right.
Be great, but like give credit to the people that taught you. Now she's like, well, stuff influence, but all right, give credit to the. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Right. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and close this one out. B-Dub, G-Man. Let's go ahead with our final remarks there. What you got, B-Dub?
Listen, get that hate out your heart and let these kids play.
G-Man, what you got, man? EQ got she got up early, man. She got up out of here.
Yeah. She's sick of y'all. It's been a good discussion. And like I said, some of these topics I think we'll dive, especially the etiquette one. I really like that. Sports, it is what it is.
Yep.
I don't like too much arguing back about millionaires, especially non-black ones, but it's good. It's good debate. It's good sports point, and it's hot topic right now, so I appreciate it. Again, nobody told y'all that they love you today. We do. They know you can do about it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, push the message out, try to build this thing up, and we'll do this again next week, gentlemen.
Right. And you know what? Since G-Man said that, that's going to be the Burning Coals podcast, giving you the bag moment. Now that you got the bag, what you're going to do with it. But before y'all go, make sure y'all go tune in on social media handles to the Snap It Hats LLC. Snap It Hats on social media. You got it on Facebook. We got it on YouTube, TikTok. Go subscribe. Go and follow. Go to www.snapithatsllc.com. Go and order your hat, your custom hat. You can definitely go and do that. I promise you, it's definitely well worth it, and you would definitely enjoy that. So that being said, we are the Burning Coals podcast. We say thank you guys for tuning in and joining another episode of Burning Coals podcast. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, same time, same channel, 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. You don't want to miss the fire content we got going on over there. I'm Mr. Know-It-All Reaction. We got Gentleman Jamal on the side, B-Dub, and Lady Educated Queen EQ. We say peace, and we thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace.